What's up, everybody? This is your friendly neighborhood nerd Brock coming at you again. Here talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Obviously, if it wasn't obvious. Got my Funko here, Falcon. Got the Funko here of my man Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes. I'm a huge Funko collector. If you can't see, there you go. Love those things. Why? Because I'm a big man, baby, and I will never grow up. Even though my wife says, "Hey, you probably should," I said. No. I'm really going to spit, you can call this my review, my thoughts into really two main segments, episode 1 through 2 and episode 3 to 4. Episodes 1 and 2 were really good, but episodes 3 and 4 are really where this show has found its footing. And so, Falcon and Winter Soldier follows Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, and Bucky Barnes. This takes place 6 months after the events of Avengers Endgame. Say that right. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that, I don't know where the heck you've been. But at the end of that movie, Captain America gave Sam Wilson the shield, the Captain America shield. And we both knew that between him and Bucky Barnes, it was going to follow these characters. Now that Steve Rogers is not in their life, he's Old Man Cap. He's not dead. We don't know where he's kind of floating in the universe, right? And what's it look like now, right? They're embarking on this journey. And to kind of get some light spoilers here in the first 2 episodes, the first main thing that really kicks off in episode 1 is Sam Wilson. He gives up the Captain America shield. He doesn't feel like he could fill this mantle. And in him and his heart, he genuinely feels that was the right move. Whether you disagree with that or not, that is the decision that the character made. So we also then catch up with Bucky Barnes and what's his life like now. He's been pardoned, because when he was the Winter Soldier, he was out and killing a bunch of people and stuff like that, and we see the trauma he's dealing with. And I think this is why Disney Plus is the perfect platform for a lot of these things, because these characters probably would never have gotten a movie. Now that I are, MCU Marvel fans like myself, I would have gone and seen, but your general audiences, this is perfect for them, because you get to really expand these characters and what's it look like, right? I love just the little moments Sam helping out with his sister's business, him trying to get a loan, and it's oh yeah, how do Avengers get paid, right? These questions that probably not a lot of people think about. And just different real life world things, because Sam, he doesn't have any superpowers in his case. He's just a guy with some really sweet wings that he's really good at, as we get to see. And that could probably segue into the action. Oh my gosh, the action is incredible in this movie. Show, whatever. Exactly, I can't even tell. It's that good. The action, like I was saying, is absolutely incredible. The budget they have for the show, I think it's $250 million, which is almost insane. And again, Disney Plus, what they're doing with their TV shows, nothing else out there is like that. It is MCU movie quality. It's up there, and this is kind of WandaVision, which is the previous show about this, which I can't wait to talk about that too. Not a whole lot of very light on action. This is very typical, hey, MCU action, big set pieces, characters thrown down, great choreography, especially with these characters who are more grounded, like the Winter Soldier and Falcon. Obviously, Winter Soldier is a super soldier, and he gets to shut that off in episodes 3 and 4, which is really good. But especially in these first 2 episodes, really, really good action. It's really, really well paced. And then really, in this latest one, between 3 and 4, really good set pieces in the last 20 minutes of the episodes of each of them. They've been really sprinkled out. And so that has been a huge highlight for me, and I think a lot of you guys who are watching right now too. It's just awesome to see. It really kind of reminds me of just very I don't know, modern action movies like John Wick. You've got The Raid. Very good vibes of that within this show. And again, one thing what I really like between episodes 1 and 2 is we're really setting the dynamic between Falcon and Winter Soldier. Anthony Mackie, who plays Falcon, and Sebastian Stan, who plays Winter Soldier. Their chemistry is off the charts. Honestly, the vibe of the show is definitely buddy cop movie, whether it's your Lethal Weapon, whether it's your Rush Hour, whatever it may be. Those are just 2 franchises that really reminded me off the top of my head. They're great. They knock it out of the park. And as some different plot lines start to go through, the way that these characters both deal with things, it's really good. Just for example, how Bucky expresses how he feels about Sam giving up the mantle of Captain America, how he feels about that, right? And just these characters, they're kind of butting heads a whole lot, but you can see in kind of some of their quieter moments that these guys are actually probably really good friends. Now, will they realize it, admit that? Probably not. But again, I'm a little late to the game. Episodes 1 and 2 were really good. And they kind of set up some good conflicts, our good plot lines, our villains of the series, the Flag Smashers, and what's their motivation behind this? Who are these characters, right? And they're saying is they believe they liked the world how it was before the blip, which is the blip was which is when my man the Hulk snapped, brought everybody back. In Avengers Endgame again. If you haven't seen that movie, what the heck are you doing, right? And it's just cool. Then our man Baron Zemo comes into play in episode 3, kind of transition here. Episodes 3 and 4, again, 1 and 2 really good, set the tone, good action pieces. But 3 and 4, this show really fine. Episodes 3 and 4, this show really finds its footing, and here's why. So my main man, not my main man, I don't really like him, but we have John Walker, who is introduced as the new Captain America at the end of episode 1, and we really see like his story in episode 2. But then 3 and 4, he really starts to be different. He's not our Captain America, as that hashtag has been trending, right? And I know it's probably hard for a lot of people to even see someone in it after the iconic portrayal of it with my main man. He's my main man, Chris Evans, right? But he does a great job as the character, making you hate him. And as soon as he introduced, and as soon as him and his sidekick Lamar Battlestar, which is funny, the new Captain America has a black sidekick as well. But even though he's not trying to be Captain America, as he says, right? Their dynamic when they run into Sam and Bucky, they don't like him, and they make that very well clear. He's just trying to be this new Captain America. He's not trying to be like Steve. He says it a whole lot, but eventually he just kind of, I think, just says screw it, and really starts to buckle under that pressure of this role of being a Captain America, because not everybody respects him, and why should they? And that's kind of one of the main arguments for this show is, you know, well, why did Sam give it up? You know, and I think what Disney's genius at right now is that I think a lot of people honestly were hesitant at the end of Avengers Endgame if they were going to oh, Captain America giving the shield to Falcon. You know, some people even said a black Captain America. Yeah, it's happened before in the comics, and they weren't sure of it, you know, and Sam wasn't sure of himself, so he gave the shield up. But now we have this U.S. agent, you know, guy, aka John Walker, Captain America, who not everybody hates. And so I think by the time of these next 2 episodes, when Sam, I believe, does take the mantle up of Captain America, that we will see him in a new light, because we have been following him. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Falcon, but as the show's progressed, I've just become a huge fan of him, and he's just really, really cool, and I under his motivations. Again, his backstory, because of what Disney Plus has been able to do, it's been really cool. Well, this has been my favorite Disney Plus series so far of like Star Wars and Marvel, just because of how much I've grown to like these characters. I really have. And just kind of some final thoughts. I've loved Bucky Barnes' direction they've taken with him. There is some really good moments, especially in episode 4. You really get to see kind of this more sensitive side of him, and it's more of his backstory, because it is a very tragic story. I mean, a guy that was brainwashed all his life to kill people by Hydra. And Sebastian Stan, praise to you, my friend, because you act your butt off. Zemo, I played by Daniel Bruhl. I've enjoyed the full out of him. I know a lot of people have seen like the dancing clip of him. I've enjoyed it, but his character is really good in this, because he has to work with Bucky and Sam. And at the end of episode 4, there's some fun surprise appearances. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, with some great elements of the MCU that have already been established. And the ending for episode 4 was crazy. Everyone's waiting this Friday, including myself, to see an episode because it's that good. But overall, I've loved this show. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. This is just another great chapter in the MCU. We've got two episodes left. I'm probably going to do a single review for those. Again, I'm late to the party, but I want to talk about it and share about it. I'd love to know what you guys think. Have you enjoyed the show? What have you liked about it? What have you not liked about it? How do you like this new Captain America? Who you think should take up the mantle of Captain America if, you know, something crazy happens, whatever it may be. And I just love talking to all things MCU. And come back here in the next couple months for Black Widow. It's coming out. But again, love chatting with you guys. And again, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff for me. This has been your friendly neighborhood nerd, Brock. Thanks for watching, and swing on by next time.